Hey, this is Dale Tinsley. You're listening to the Connect Podcast. Our purpose is to guide you to connect with yourself so that you can connect with others and live a life of meaning and value. Continuing the series, Limitless Potential, Endless Refinement. Peace be with you, and welcome back to the Connect Podcast. Hope you guys are feeling strong, vibrant. For today's episode, I'm blessed to have a good friend of mine, Michael Scott, the living legend out of Houma, Louisiana. For the locals watching, welcome to the Connect Podcast, man. It's good to see you, brother. I'm glad you came through, man.
Yeah, man. It's been a long time coming. Been trying to get on, link up with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, some people might think this is your first interaction with the podcast, but actually, you spoke as a guest speaker at the first live event that we did. Synchronicity.
Right. Yeah.
You look good as always, man. Strong,
it, man.
killing
you
it.
Too, bro. You too, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
it, man. I try to, keep myself in shape, keep myself going. As far as going as hard as I used to go, like when we first met, I don't know what year that was, man. What was that, 2010? 11?
It's been about 15 years. I was thinking about that right before we started.
Yeah, man. I used to be in that gym going crazy. But as you get older, I guess you can't, I guess to me, I can't risk it. You know what I mean? I don't want to hurt my back or tear a muscle. I'm always trying to take preventative measures before I take it a little too far. That way, I won't be able to go to work if I do that. But, back in the day, it was no holds barred.
Well, I remember before I talked to you the first time, I was at Snap Fitness on Hollywood Road.
Yeah.
And I would just watch you. And I said, man, this dude is savage.
Yeah.
And then we started talking, and you were just cool people. And I said, Mike Scott. I said, how I get them guns like that, Mike Scott? And Mike Scott looked at me, bro. He says, he goes, set after set after set after set. And it's a relentless approach to lifting weights and everything that's involved with being in the gym just transcends into life.
Right.
It's what you think about all that, man? What's the gym taught you, my friend?
Well, when I first, got serious about working out, I didn't look at it that way. It was kind of like a pastime, and I wanted to achieve a certain goal. I wanted to look a certain weight, so I wanted to obtain a look like a bodybuilder, of course. And I wanted I wanted to develop the instinct of the bodybuilders. I wanted to have that hunger, you know what I mean? So the seriousness involved around it, that was my approach. I wanted to be deep into it. A lot of people just work out. I'm going to hit the gym. I'm in the gym now, but for me, it was I had a deep passion, still do. I got a good deep passion for it, to where I'm just what is the word I'm looking for? Devoted, but not devoted. More like just
addicted?
Not addicted. Sort of like addicted. It's kind of like
you feel so good, man. You feel good, look good, do good. Committed.
Just committed. Because a lot of people, they won't commit. I had a lot of people I was training, bro, and they wouldn't commit. And I would try to get them to be me. Like you just do this I'm doing it. I wish I could jump in your body and
do it for you.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but you can't make a person do nothing that they're not mentally prepared to, take on and do it day after day after day, week after week, month after month, blase, blase. But fast forward years down the line, man, I started to just get into self-help type things, you know what I mean? And those two things started to coincide, you know.
The internal growth.
Yeah, yeah. And I knew it was something there. In the beginning, I didn't know what was going on. I just knew that I wanted more out of life. And I knew I could do better. So I started to read more. I started to just go sit in the library, and I would study training, you know, exercises, and I would study the muscles in the body, just sitting in the library, just reading and doing stuff just to, you know, kill some time or whatever. And sometimes I would read self-help books, and yeah, it helped. It helped me, man. It gave me a different perspective about life and about things that go on in your mind. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah.
Were those seeds planted when you were younger? When you were growing up? What was that like growing up in the household for you with your siblings and your parents and all?
Well, I don't believe so. Now, I did, coming up, I used to go to the library with my dad. You know, me and my father, we used to go to the library like maybe twice a week when he was home from offshore. You know, we would return books and rent out books. And I learned how to read the index cards and all, you know what I'm saying? Go find the books, old school. And I used to love it, you know what I mean? Because once he showed me how to do it, I go do it on my own, and I go find the book, and it was cool, you know? So that little development as far as wanting to do something for myself, as far as having, you know, that intellect and wanting to learn on my own. It was, you know, I learned that at a young age. So as I got older and I started going to the library, it was kind of cool to me, you know what I mean? I would go and check out a book and then go sit in a little room and go study a little bit. And I used to always see my dad reading coming up, you know what I mean? So I just felt like that was a part of me, you know, seeing somebody that took out some time and say, look, I could be doing all kind of other things, but this is what I choose to do. And I admired that, you know, I looked up to him because of that. You know, he could have been doing whatever, but I saw him doing that. So that kind of makes me stay still, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you just gotta fall back, you know, and learn yourself. Yeah, learn about yourself. And develop a stronger mind, mindset. And that's what happened with me, man. I developed a stronger mindset because I always knew that I could do better. Because at a younger age, I failed. I failed.
In what ways?
I mean, just like choosing the wrong route. It's all sorts of things. Having a child at 15 years old, you know, then having another one a year later. I'm 16 with 2 kids. Wow. Around the hood, they call me the baby maker.
Baby maker with it on
at school.
You need that baby? Holla at Mike Scott.
That's when the girls at school, they avoid me. Now, you know, I can flirt with them, but that's the furthest it's gonna go. You know, they ain't with it. I ain't, you know, they don't want no kid. And I was making them. Wow. I was young, you know, but wild. We made it through, man. It was kind of like a scary thing back then.
I bet.
I didn't know what to do, especially with the second one. I was like, what I'm gonna do with another one when I'm confused with the first one. You know what I mean? I don't know what to do. But our parents, they all stayed strong, and all my kids are doing pretty good, thank God. You know what I mean? Everything's been good, man. Life has been good. All my kids are working. They're grown.
Amen.
My youngest is 23. Yep. I'll have 2 stepkids. They're 17 and 22. But everybody's doing pretty good, man. Everything is all right. But you know, back then, it was rough, man. It was rough. You know, that's how I kind of got into fitness. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It was like a, what do you call it?
An escape?
An escape. Sort of like, I wouldn't want to call it an escape.
A vacation, a mini vacation where you could
like
check out from.
Yeah, but
I mean, you know, from the responsibilities and go to the gym and have some alone time.
Not in that aspect. What I mean is being so engulfed into the street life. You know, because I took it upon myself to think that hustling in the streets would help me to provide for my kids. I was young, you know what I mean? I came up with both my parents in the house, and like both sides of the family, they were supportive of us, you know what I mean? As far as me and my cousins and everybody, we were always together. Like my mom's house, bro, was the spot. Nice. All my cousins and stuff would come over there. We'd play Nintendo or whatever, you know. But we running around in and out of the house doing stuff. We was always busy, you know. But our house was the fun house. You know, when my cousins come from out of town, we always had a good time, you know. It was That's cool awesome. Coming up, yeah. But, you know, I did take that turn, and it was a bad turn. Yeah. It was a terrible choice that I made, and I put my family through a lot, man. Yeah.
What kind of repercussions came from?
Just seeing my parents, seeing them have to deal with the burden of me running the streets and doing stupid stuff and not knowing what to do with me. You know, at the time, they labeled a kid like me uncontrollable. Like, I didn't have no understanding. When it came down to right and wrong, I knew better, but I chose wrong all the time, in and out of the house every day. So, you know, I regret it. Now it's like, I always say this now, it's like, I can't believe I put them through that. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe I was like that when they didn't deserve that. You know what I mean? And then came prison time. First it was juvenile hall for 3 days. You know, they was trying to get me to come inside and stop being out all night. And I thought that was the end of the world. I had to go in there for 3 days. But then I got into, you know, selling drugs and all that stuff. And I ended up having to sit in prison for years. Yeah, and when that happened, it was bad, but for me it was good. Because before that happened, man, I was 17, 18 years old. I would wake up and my mom would have like sticky notes, the little sticky tabs on the mirror with little notes on there trying to get my attention, trying to tell me, you know, I'm just trying to save you. Stuff like she would say, I'm just trying to save you from yourself. Ooh. You know, and back then I would look at it, read it, shake my head, brushing my teeth. I didn't pay it no mind, but now I'm like, dang, bro, she was doing all she could. You know, my dad would get me to come in the living room and sit at the table and just talk to me. What's wrong, man? Like, why you doing this? You know what I mean? I started drinking and all that stuff. Yeah, it had got bad, man. But by the grace of God, I overcame it, you know what I mean? And I guess God had his hand on my life the whole time. Because I wasn't raised like that, man. I wasn't raised to be like that towards my parents. Because I used to talk back to her, say stupid stuff to her, but I wouldn't say it right in her face. Because she built different.
She hit you with a jab?
What? I mean, right now, man, like she ain't, nah, you ain't gonna just tell her nothing straight to her face. She gonna hit you with something right beside her. She might knock you upside of your head. But I used to say little slick stuff walking out of the house, walking down the driveway.
I'm gonna get this money. Leave me alone.
Yeah, you know, so stupid, man.
So let me ask you, man, when you were in prison, is that when the shift happened?
Actually, yeah.
Is that when the aha moment happened in your head?
I worked out a little bit here and there, like in my boy backyard and stuff, just hitting the weights. But I didn't know it was gonna happen the way it happened. I didn't know I was gonna like get deep into it like that and start, competing in fitness competitions and doing modeling, and it was something that I was deeply devoted to, and it was something I had to do. I felt like I had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like challenging myself to eat 5 to 6 meals a day.
Mm-hmm.
It was to see myself constantly grow
expand.
And people don't realize that a lot of people, I ain't gonna say all people, but a lot of people don't understand, man. Your body develops, differently as you change your diet. You exercise consistently. You get those changes, and you grow, and you grow in more ways than one.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just look at it as far as you want to lose some inches or you want to get bigger. Man, when you get into having a better mindset, it's something else.
And you start, were you ever skinny? See, like I bet, I was my little girl's, pretty skinny, and I was the same way. You could count my ribs when I was little.
Oh, what, man? I was tiny, man. I was the youngest. I mean, I was the smallest. Like junior high and high school,
Mm-hmm.
I was short, man. I'm talking about probably 5'2". I was like short, and small. I was skinny. One guy told me he remembered me being kind of stocky, but I probably had a little meat on my bones. But when I was like 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, 12 years old, I was tiny, like a small guy, small little runt looking dude, man. And people look at me now and they it's really not all genetics, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like I put some work in.
Oh,
man.
yeah, it's day to day. The rent is due every day.
For real.
Because what happens when you take that week off?
Man,
Second, third day, you start losing that pump.
Yep.
Fourth day, pump's gone.
Then you feel like you let yourself. I feel like I let myself down. That's how I feel like, man.
When's the last time you took like 4 days off from the gym? Years, huh?
It's been years. I don't do that. Like if I'm sick or if I'm just like depressed, because I'm human. So, at times it gets like that, man. But I think the longest that I ever stopped working out was probably a month or two. So like 8 weeks, and that was because of like just falling into like some type of depression, not working, out of work, and just going through some stuff. But what helped was getting back in the gym.
Of course.
Correcting my diet. And it was like, man, what are you doing? Like I always what are you doing?
No, I mean, I agree 100%. I agree 100%, but I think I just did an episode called Backsliding. And I think ultimately, once you get past those 8 weeks off and you're going through what you're going through mentally, I think it's a good thing, because that backslide, that pause, it allows us to really reflect and to dig deeper into ourselves. Yeah. And we may think that we're going low, and we may be, but I think ultimately we're going deeper inside of ourselves, because like during those times, you don't want to talk to nobody, you're not going out, you know what I mean? You're just kind of dealing with whatever is going on internally. Yeah. And then we know as, gym rats, so to speak, that the only thing that's going to shake and bake it off is to get back in there. And and I mean, 8 weeks, man, you go back in, you lose a lot of strength, a lot of size, but that drive, that determination, that commitment, it's there in muscle memory. We bounce back. It's a lot, dude. It's a lot. I mean, and I would imagine you feel this way too, man. If we could take that that gift of commitment and investing in yourself and the self-love and the tough love that you got to have on the days you don't want to go after you work 13, 14 hours and you still got to go hit it. Job number 2, you punch in when you walk in the gym, you know what I'm saying? And it's time to put in that work. And some sessions you feel like King Kong, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then other sessions you just doing a little maintenance, man, because well, I know by the time Friday comes for me, you know, depending, if I can just go in there and get a good stretch, get a good pump, you know what I'm saying, man? Hey, we showed up. We did something, which is better than nothing and not showing up.
Yeah. I've had plenty of days like that, but fortunately not too many.
Amen.
You know what I mean? Like right now I'm 48, man, and it's different because even with me having some coffee or some pre-workout, it take a little minute for me to crank my engine up. You know what I'm saying? And get my engine warmed up, I should say. So once I get my engine warmed up, I'm good. Once I'm warmed up, it's like the age it's not a factor, you know. But I do realize that, you know, as you get older, you feel like you really don't want to do it. You know, in the beginning of the workout, that's how I feel, like I really don't want to do it sometimes. And then it's like, now that I'm doing it, ain't no stopping me. But that's not all the time. But I realized, that's happened a few times lately. Like, it's like, man, I don't feel like myself no more. And then once I get warmed up, I'm like,
now you feel great.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I don't know why this happening. I don't know if it's age or stress or whatever.
It just takes it just takes a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Like for myself, man, I look at it, I'm like, man, I've been doing this 30 years. It feels like a job, but look at the fruit that it produces, you know, and so, and then I just, you know, I shift back over to gratitude and humility and, man, we're blessed that we can still do it. You know what I mean? Like, and being aware and cautious also to not overdo it and hurt yourself for show or to show up, show out, right? And let that ego take over. And but it's a marathon, man. This ain't no sprint, dude. So that's my attitude towards training. You know what I'm saying? It's a marathon, God willing. You know, do this up into your 80s, maybe 90s. I mean, they got these older people out there. They still moving around, and you see they happy, they vibrant, they still contributing to life and to, you know, the community and whatnot.
It's real.
Oh yeah,
it's real. When I see people like that, I'm like, yeah, it's real. They're older, but they're not old.
No, for sure. They're vibrant. You see that spirit, you know, they still got that zest for life. Yeah. And speaking about community, man, we've discussed a little bit. You're in the process of starting a nonprofit and get into that and get into the motivation of why.
With the nonprofit, we're starting a nonprofit and it's called Action to Change. Action to Change, it's actually centered around my growth and the things that, you know, I've done throughout this whole process of me, you know, changing my mindset and becoming a personal trainer, getting into the workforce and being, you know, a better father. Cause I was okay when I was young. I did my best, you know what I mean? But whenever I got serious about life, I realized that some of the choices that I made, I shouldn't have made, and I could have did better. And I look at it like, dang, why didn't somebody tell me this? You know, so with the nonprofit, I want to start a mentorship program where I have like-minded guys and girls, but mainly guys, you know what I'm saying, that are aimed at towards accomplishing the same goal. You know, pulling these guys out of that that situation that they're in. They feel like they gotta be out there. They gotta do this and you gotta do that, and you're committed to that wrong lifestyle, and you just hooked. They don't realize they hooked on drugs.
It's self-destructive.
Yeah, and you hooked on being out there. That's how I was. I was hooked, and I was only smoking weed, man. You know what I mean? But I was hooked, and I didn't realize like weed wasn't bad. It was just that when you, what do they call it? When you overdo it, you know, when you abuse it. When you abuse it, you're killing yourself. You're killing your organs. Your body can only take so much. That's just like with fitness. Eventually, you're gonna get tired. You're gonna have to rest. You know, you can go for weeks and weeks and weeks, but then your body gonna just, you know, tap out, and you got to start doing it correctly. And with our nonprofit, man, I just want to try and like save these guys from themselves, man. You know, like just reach out to them and get a hold of them and talk to them sometimes. You know what I mean? And we'll integrate different things to get these guys and girls, I guess, because this world turned into a crazy place, man. We want to start programs to help people and get them to be devoted and committed to achieving their goals, you know, whatever that may be, you know.
Self-growth.
Bro, we want to talk to these people and the parents, you know, and if we can do that and possibly getting people to get involved, especially the parents, man. I think it's gonna start with the parents. You know, getting them to kind of push the kids towards the help, because if we don't get them, then it's kind of like the condition will get worse and worse. That's what happened with me. You know, I wasn't all that bad at first, and then things started getting worse and worse.
You know, as you say that, it makes me think, like in your development of becoming a better man, that transitions into becoming a better father. We have to set the example for these kids as the quote unquote adults, right? And lead by example in our own lives.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, having the parents understand and step into the role.
Yeah.
Self-accountability, self-awareness, because we could all be doing better and making our little refinements and making our tweaks. Yeah, it's good to hear that, man. Giving back to the community, you know, and your passion for expanding yourself and growing and learning and developing, you know, into who you are today in this moment, man. I'm blessed to call you a friend.
Thank you, man. Same here.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Same here. Yeah, we're not even in the infant stages. You know, I've been talking about it, and we want to do it, and we have people in place to help us along the way, including yourself. You know, because you and I spoke about it.
The technical stuff, you just got to get the paperwork and get all that.
Yeah, to get people's attention, you know what I mean? And find out who needs the help. I think it's going to have to be some type of program, you know, whether it's boot camps I can start.
I was just thinking that.
You know, something to get people to, you know, come join in and listen. So that's what it's gonna have to take. And with my schedule, with things I got going on right now, it's like I can't seem to find the time. And what me and my fiance, we love to do, we like to, just like these shirts, we like to create things to get people to get involved. So that's like with my dog training, my dog breeding business. We have a bunch of apparel, and it motivates us, and it gets people to see, yeah, this is what we're about. You know, this is what we're doing.
Talk to them. Let them know about them dogs. How? Yeah. if somebody, and I mean, you sell dogs out of state too, I would imagine, right? Yeah, so how do they get to you for that?
Well, we have two Instagram pages, and we're on Facebook. But our Instagram is Boss Lady. It's spelled Bossy Lady. So it's Bossy, BOSS I think it's a C _ lady.
Okay.
Like that. I guess I'll just have to put it in the comments or something if we put this online or whatever. And my page is, I put most of my stuff on my page, and sometimes I'll, move it over to the Bossy Lady page. So my page is Action Elevated. I just changed the name. It's Action Elevated, and it's spelled AKSUN _ elevated. And I put a lot of little short clips of my video of dogs, short videos of the dogs, little pictures of them, just so people can see how they grow and the actual size of the animal. And if they're interested in having a small pet like that, they'll get a kind of like a little understanding of it by just going to visit the page and look and see. As of now, until we get the website up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But that's like a hobby that's transformed into a business. Because I started off just liking dogs. Yeah. So yeah, we taking it a step further with that. We got a lot of things planned, but we want to travel. You know what I'm saying? So
it's hard to.
Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of like something that I got one foot in and one foot out. So that's a whole different story. But as far as growth, having a growth mindset, I think the dogs are kind of like, what do they call those dogs? Support dogs. For me, so if somebody's out there and they want a support dog, I think the dogs that I'm breeding, they're good companions. You know what I'm saying? Like not just something you can show off, but a dog that's gonna love you and you're gonna fall in love with. That's what I love about them.
They got good temperament.
Yeah, great temperament, man. They pretty smart. The breeds are mixed, but if you love that dog the right way and treat it the right way, you can train it and it'll be a magnificent animal. Because some dogs are bred to do certain things. And these dogs that we're breeding, they kind of like bulldogish / pit bullish. Okay. So it's like the bloodlines fighting against each other. But it's a fun thing, you know what I mean? It's pretty cool, bro.
Yeah, dogs are awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Let's get into some deeper levels, man. What you look back at your life and you look at some of the trials and tribulations. What are those nuggets of wisdom that you earned having gone through those moments and dealt with them, processed them, faced them? What jumps out at you?
Having willpower.
Oof.
Yeah, having willpower and not letting life defeat me. You know what I mean? Like life will stump you into the ground if you let it.
All day.
Yeah. So fitness, a proper diet and having a strong mindset, I think that helped me to have more willpower. And I think that, the things that I went through, man, some of the things were horrible, Some of the things were horrible. Some of the things, most people, they'll crack, crack up, like lose their mind, bro. Like, and just exercising, it'll take your mind off of things and it'll help you stay focused on things. That helped me to kind of fall back on the stupid stuff. You know what I mean? Because coming up, I was always head first. Like once I'm mad back then, once I get mad, then that's it. Something crazy is about to happen. And it was like no holding me back. and it would happen fast. So people that really know me, they know that's how I get. So when certain things transpired in my life and they thought I was going away for life, they looked at it like I knew it was going to happen to him. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because I had already changed my life around. And I couldn't understand why people were saying certain things about me online when I was going through a certain situation. Just like the kid Kyron Lacey. You know what I mean? Like, you look and you see people talking about you that you once reached out to try and help. And I'm like, golly, man. Wow.
Well, they talking about the old version.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They haven't met the new version, right? The evolved version, the
Right.
growth.
Yeah.
And that, and I feel where you're coming from. That it takes time for the new pattern because of your new behavior and your new self-understanding and the new choices that you're making. It takes time for people to see that, and it's okay if they don't ever see it. You know what I mean? And we got to let people be who they are and what's what, and we just keep leading by example. You know, and you know, like I say, man, try not to take things personal because you don't know what they're going through, and people can only understand you from the level of awareness that they have and understanding. You know, so they may not ever, if it's someone that doesn't find any interest in challenging who they are to become better and grow and evolve and shift and expand their mindset, get into that growth mindset. You know, because people look and they see you through their mind, right? They don't see you unless they do the work and they expand and they grow.
Yeah, they see surface level things. And coming up, I was flashy. You know, I always had a new pair of Jordans on, and my parents provided okay clothes, you know what I mean? So we had enough. And once I got into the drug game and doing all that stuff, it was, you know, back in those days, we were flashy, you know, pagers and cell phones when people really didn't have cell phones, and riding in the nicest cars with the sound systems. And, you know, it was hard to break away from that and leave that. Because
that
you got
lifestyle.
The women, the money.
The lifestyle.
The lifestyle, the fun. You're always clubbing. Man, it was hard to break away from that. But when you get serious about what you want, yeah, you're going to turn your back on that, because in the end, it's like you either going to two places, prison or the graveyard. So what kind of choices are those? Man, who want that? I don't want that. You know, I really don't want that. You know, so I just started to think deep, and I started having these aspirations to achieve small goals. And when that started happening, I started achieving those goals, I started thinking deeper. You know.
Was it God whispering to you?
I believe so. Yeah.
Because it comes to us in those small moments, man. We hear that whisper, you know, the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. It's like only God can make certain things happen. And the things that happened for me, it was like He turned my life around. You know what I mean? And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for a lot of things, man. Like the type of work I do. Excuse me. I've been around people who would start a new job and they're working with the new co-workers, bro, and they'll make sure that you know that they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, I got this. Man, you ain't got to do that. I got this. Like, man, I've been doing this for 15 years. My approach is different. Like, every day I go to work, I'm learning. And when I make a mistake, I tell them, hey, man, I'm still learning. You know what I mean? So, hey, don't be too hard on me. But when I'm shining, I always used to shine, so I'm used to shining.
Right.
Don't think that I'm patting myself on the back. It's just that I do know what I'm doing. But I'm not gonna pat myself on the back because I know that karma is real. So if I go to shining a little bit too hard and I make a mistake, you're gonna be like, oh, he always showing off. You know what I mean? So I try to protect myself. It's like a protective barrier around my life. I carry myself a certain way. That way, when things happen, I'm like, man, I try to prevent that, you know, but things happen, you know, but I'm learning. I learn from that, you know what I mean? And that's kind of like a golden rule for me right now, you know, like every step of the way. My dad always used to say that, you learn something new every day.
He's a smart man.
Yeah, you learn something new every day, but
It might be about yourself.
you think so?
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I didn't know I liked this, or you know, something hits you from childhood, like I'm this way because of these patterns that were instilled when I was a kid, or I watched my dad, you know, you like to read because it expands your mind, and you know, we reflect back. I mean, the always learning thing, man, it could be learning about yourself, life, God.
So let me ask you something. On the flip side of that, when people say, that's just how I am, like if you're in a bad relationship and the person is constantly how they are, and they use that as an excuse, that's kind of like a bad thing. You know what I mean?
If both people are that way, it is what it is. If one person wants to expand, wants to grow, and you dealing with somebody that doesn't want to, it is going to be more challenging for the person that likes to expand and grow, because we have to hit full acceptance, and that's not an easy layer to get to. But I can tell you that when you really hit full acceptance, man, there's a peace that comes over you, and wanting the best for somebody, and wanting other people to grow, whether it's your kids or your wife or husband or family member even, it can be frustrating. And what I've learned is that it can be a layer of our own ego that can entwine itself in our good intentions, because we want to give support. But man, like that old saying, you can lead the horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. So the wanting to give, and then the ego will get in there, and it's like, well, I've tried to help you do this, why you didn't do it? You know you should be doing that, why you not doing it? And so, yeah, and I'm speaking from personal experience, right? Yeah. So of trying to help, and you just, and then ultimately you get frustrated, and I had to reflect on that, you know, profoundly, man, and realize, I'm gonna tell you when things changed in that situation, when I let go and I let God. Yeah. And I'm talking about layers of internal work to get to acceptance, like real deep acceptance. It took time, and I was going through it, and I was trying to help someone grow and expand, and I used every tactic, dude. Like different approaches, different tactics. And when I let go and let God, and I said, the only thing I can do is lead by example. Yeah. That's it.
That's what I learned.
That's the only thing I can do.
I saw that on a couple of videos. I don't know if you experienced the same type of thing, but like when you're scrolling online I call them little downloads. You get, you know, I think, you know, I saw a couple of videos back to back, and it was like, why are you constantly trying to do God's job? God's telling you to get out of the way. Why are you trying to save somebody? Why are you trying to do God's job? You know, you had to get grace to get to a certain point and to develop, to have a mindset that you have to, you know, learn how to ignore silly stuff and, you know, learn how to deal with people when they're trying to get at you, get under your skin.
Poking at you. That's it, man.
You gotta give people grace, you know, and let God. And it's not an easy thing to do.
No.
Yeah, it's not an easy thing to do.
No, not at all.
Because you want better. When you want better for somebody, and you try to give them all the tools, you try to tell them, look, man, this is what I did. This is what I had to do. I take my vitamins every day, and I, you know, give me a little workout in here and there. I try to consume the right foods. And it's working for me. You know what I'm saying? It's been working for me for years.
Maybe you should try it too.
It's been working for me for years, man. Like, man.
But it's like dominoes. When you stand up those dominoes, they need that one domino to kick off. And then, you know, the thing is, like, as those dominoes start to hit each other, it builds momentum and speed. And they may, the person you're trying to help may do that. And then that one domino doesn't hit the other one, and then the whole train stops. And that kind of ties into the episode I was telling you about backsliding. Now they not taking the vitamins anymore. They're not focusing on their sleep. They're not spending time with themselves. Now they fell back into the pattern of hanging out with the wrong people, or getting caught up in gossip, or getting caught up in, you know, endless social media stuff. But 100%, like you said, man, it's letting go, letting God, and it's not an easy thing to do. But I'll tell you, man, the tree started fruiting when I did that. It didn't happen overnight. But the tree started fruiting, and it's been fruiting. And I even witnessed a little bit of backsliding, you know, which is normal when you're trying something new. And let love win, man. Let love win, and courage and acceptance, and in those situations with relationships, do you put a time limit on it? I believe in profound talks, right? Of just being real and putting it on the table and saying, look, I love you. Let's communicate better. Let's focus on ourselves.
That's what it takes.
So I'll say this, in a relationship, if each person is working on themselves and they commit, it's unstoppable. And like your t-shirt says, man, it's going to take it to the next level. You tap in to becoming limitless. And then when you outgrow that level, do your ears ring? Do your ears ring, Mike?
It's only in a perfect world. When you try to envision something like that.
Well, you got to have the vision, though. And the vision manifests. I saw you on the couch months ago. And now you're sitting on the couch. You know what I'm saying? But it's it's good to have visions. Right? Because it could be a glimpse into the future, but then it's on us to show up every day dedicated, committed. And sometimes the vision will change. Do your ears ring?
Wait, what you mean?
Every once in a while, do you, for no reason, you be inside the house or outside or in your truck or just randomly? Are you experiencing that? You notice?
Kinda, yeah.
They say that's you're getting downloads.
Really?
Yeah. Then you're leveling up.
That's the kind of ring I'm talking about.
I mean, that sounds like a truck horn, dude.
Well, I mean, like in
I'm talking about for like
sound.
7-8 seconds, like ee.
Not that long, no.
It could be 3-4 seconds, but it's long enough for you to notice it, and then it goes away.
Yeah, I thought it was because of just my movements. You know what I mean? Like I'm always busy, and I'm doing stuff, and then my ear will ring, and I'm like, man, what is that? You know. But my mind is always racing. I'm always trying to get this done, get that done, and you know, I've been like that for years, man. I want to accomplish a certain amount of things throughout the day, and I want to knock them down. And by the end of the day, I'm like, well, I got that done. You know, I got all that done. I ain't got to worry about that no more. So in the process of doing all that, I hear a little ring when I turn my head, like, and I'm like, man, I'm moving too fast. That's what I'm talking about.
So it's a reminder for you to slow down.
Yeah. Like you might be going a little bit too hard, you know. But the type of ring you're talking about, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think I'm experiencing that. I probably need to. I need to. I've been praying and meditating a lot, you know what I mean? And I think that's been helping me, man. It's been helping me to enjoy life more. Yeah.
Slow down.
Yeah.
And smell them roses.
For real, man.
Yeah, I'm about to we taking off to go sit in the woods and hopefully see some deer come out. And if the deer don't come out, man, it's so peaceful.
Really?
It's so quiet.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so quiet because you're in the middle of the woods, right? So it's so quiet that you can hear a squirrel run from like over there, and it sounds like a freaking deer, dude. Or but that peace, man, that peace, the serenity, the meditation's a game changer. How has meditation impacted you?
I just started to slow my roll, man. I became a new version of myself, you know, and I wish I could do it more. I wish I had time to concentrate more on just, you know, meditating on things, meditating on, you know, my aspirations, meditating on having a better mindset, because bad habits are hard to break, you know, and it's like when you realize you got a bad habit of doing something, you're trying to break it and you hoping that it just changes out the blue, man, but it don't work like that. Like for instance, drinking energy drinks. You know, I didn't realize I was drinking one every day.
At the same
Until I started
time?
feeling bad, you know, and I'm like, dang, that's a lot of sugar. Now I went to the doctor and I realized, oh yeah, I didn't read the label. As good as I am at reading labels, I was focused on how much it picked me up and helped me accomplish all these. Now, I was able to accomplish all those things throughout the day, yeah, but in the end, it was like I was poisoning myself. So now, I've been working on that. You know, and
Switch it up, man. Hit the green tea. Hit the green tea. Boil you some water. Make you some green tea, dude. One time this is a long time ago, probably 15, 20 years maybe, but I made some green tea and I put 4 bags in it, tea bags. Dude, it had me so wound up. My mouth started watering. I had to open the truck of the door and I let it go. You understand what I'm saying? But green tea, black tea, it's got caffeine. It's a natural source.
See, it's an addiction.
For that pick me up.
See, when it says energy, where is it? It has energy on here. And one day Christy saw it. She was like, yeah, RX energy. And she said, you still drinking energy drinks? And I said, that's not an energy drink, that's a tea. And she says, energy on the bottle. So a person like that will make you think differently about, you know, the things that you're doing. And I thank God for her, man. I thank God for the people that, I mean, you included, you know, the people that's in my life, man, because you get so trapped in your little cycle of what you do every day. Because they say we're creatures of habit, you know, if we're creatures of habit and you don't realize that you're doing what you're doing, you need to stop and look at yourself. I always say I try to step outside of myself and think about all the things that I've been doing. You know what I mean? And it's something different to think about. It's like, man, dang, You rocking like that? Why are you doing all this?
Oh yeah. Well, that's it. There's reasons for it, man.
Yeah.
Self-gratification, self-preservation, the ego, the true self, in our heads, going back and forth. And the ego, the more you become aware, man, the ego, boy, he puts on makeup and disguises. He be slick.
Yeah.
The ultimate trickster, the ego. So
And it ain't even necessary. Most times it's like a lot of things I realize is just I do, and it's a waste of time. You know, it's a waste of time. Like back in the day, we used to ride around from one side of town to the other side of town, and this old lady used to say, "Y'all must have a gas station at y'all house." Like,
oh,
y'all
boy.
got nothing but time on your hands, boy. Golly, you riding around, wasting time.
When you're young, you think you got all the time in the world. Yeah, we're about halfway through with this adventure here, this journey, approaching 50, And try and push another 50 years. We'll see. Tomorrow's not promised, and that's why we got to be present, my friend, and just continue to grind, but also, like you said, man, slow down and smell them roses. Make the time and reflect on what really brings meaning and value into our lives.
Right.
What we didn't really get into the training when you started competing. Let's talk a little bit about that. I know I went to one show that you did, went out there to support.
Beast mode, man. That was beast mode time right there. Like, before I started to compete, I thought I had my diet down to a science. I thought I knew it all. And in a way, I know I was close to doing it the right way. And that was good enough for me, until I ran into that great guy that we both know.
Who's that, John Dang?
Dang.
Oh, yeah.
So when I ran into him, I was at a competition in Lafayette, and one of the guys on the team, on his bodybuilding team, he pulled me to the side. He said, "Man, come here, man." He said, "Man, you got to meet John." So he grabbed me and he introduced me to John, and I joined the bodybuilding team, and he showed me, what it's really about. He showed me, like, that's how I learned about macros and getting it down to a science and getting serious, what I mean? And I fell in love with it, but it wasn't easy. It's not easy, bro. It's not easy at all. It's like for people who really dial in and really get it, right. Because the first couple of times I didn't get it right, and it's hard. People that get it right, I tip my hat to them, you know what I mean? And bro, when you look in this gym and you see all the trophies, like, that dude is an expert, you know what I mean?
I see him almost every time I go, man. He's a living legend.
Yeah, man, it's like, bro, this dude, to a science every time.
Yeah, he's shredded.
Yeah.
He's a little older than us, too.
Really? I thought he was younger than me, man. Yeah, bro. But they gave me my props that first day when I met him. And I didn't know it. I didn't know the nutrition side like that. Because I ran into a guy that I was going to the gym with. He was on John's bodybuilding team. And I was looking right in his face talking to him. And I said, "Cody?" I had to look at him, and I called his name. And he said, "Yeah, man." We started talking after that some more, and I'm like, "Man, I didn't even know that was you." And that's what I mean as far as taking your diet seriously and your transformation. People don't really get it, man. A lot of people don't really get it. Like, it's deep. Like, you can really change your whole life around. You can change who you are and your habits. You can change all that. You know what I'm saying? I look at it like it could be like a generational curse. My grandma cooked this. This is how my grandma cooked it. But you don't have to cook it like that. You know, you don't have to eat like that. You don't have to do this to yourself, to us. Because if you cooking like this in our household and you're wondering why I'm not eating it all, not me personally, but you know, in general, bro, it's deep, you know. And sometimes we just do it to ourselves. Just like with the drinks that I drink. I don't know how much sugar is in it. I like the taste. I love the taste. And I'm used to it. And it's a habit. You know. I was all in Target the other day looking for those drinks. Because they're 99 cents in there. They're 99 cents in there. But when I go to the truck stop, they're like $2.39, $2.69 for one bottle. And then a guy helped me find the case. Because I was looking for that particular flavor. And I grabbed the case. I was like, well, I can't find that one. So I finally found that jug. And I'm like, 99 cents. You can get 12 of them for $8. Start doing the math. I said, I put the case back and I went back and grabbed the case. I'm like, I might as well get the case. You know, it's not the flavor I want, but it's tea, you know, and I'd rather drink tea over Cokes, you know, so I went and got the case, but choices, you know.
I never would have thought you drink soft drinks.
I would drink like when I'm enjoying an adult beverage, I'll drink a little smidgen of it. If I'm craving it, and that's rare, I'll drink. If it's a 20 ounce, I'll drink, you know, 3/4 of it. If I'm craving it, that's like months and months. I can go months. But occasionally I do, especially if I'm drinking an adult beverage, which I'm trying to shy away from. I want to go cold turkey. You know what I mean? I do.
I took a year off from drinking.
Yeah.
About a year ago.
I remember you told me that.
Not a drop.
I remember you was drinking wine, and I was like, man, I wish I could get into wine because hard liquor is my thing, you know. I'll give me a couple shots or whatever, and I'm chilling, you know. I'm all right. I'm still like that. Because when I was like 19, 20, I was smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, and drinking all kinds of alcohol. And I was like an alcoholic at a young age, and I didn't even realize it.
Really?
I didn't even know, man. People in the neighborhood was laughing at me. We would be shooting dice in the street, just out there hanging out and stuff. They would get a kick out of how I'm acting. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm acting all crazy and doing, like I said, I used to have a sharp fuse and all that. So if something happens, they know I'ma act a fool. And it was a joke to everybody. And I look back on it. So nowadays, when I put that pre-workout in that water bottle, it ain't no more mixing alcohol up, and that's my, you know, that's my juice. That's what I used to call it when I was young and I'm shaking up those wine coolers and some strong liquor or whatever. I used to say I'm drinking some punch. And yeah, it was a joke to me. But now the only punch I'm drinking now is a power punch to get in that gym. You know what I mean? It's a different mindset that I have now. It's just something that kind of gets me, you know, wound up and say, yo, it's time to get right.
Yeah.
You know, it's time to go in. Yeah.
That first sip.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Because we so conditioned, you know, I'm the same way when the first sip of the pre-workout.
Yeah. Yeah, I look at that though, the comparison of those two things, like with the pre-workout and how I used to be with the alcohol. I look at it like I had to shift my mindset, and I'm kind of like patting myself on the back, like
it's growth.
Yeah.
I mean, man, that's the goal, is to be better, be better than who we were yesterday, and it doesn't happen overnight. You know, it takes time, but expansion, growth mindset, pushing ourselves, you know, and questioning ourselves. Why do I do this?
Yeah.
Why am I doing that? Why do I react this way? Yeah, it's good stuff, man. I look forward to what you got in the future, man. And when you get it together with the 501c, you know, I'm there for support.
We working on it.
Let me know, man.
We working on it. It's we real close, but with all the craziness going on with the government shutdown and the EBT cards and all the stuff that's going on, even with veterans, it just makes me feel like, dang, I want to accumulate some money. Like, I want to work for myself and have my nonprofit pay for, you know, the work that I'm doing, which is just simple stuff. You know, I ain't looking to make a fortune, but if I'm devoting my time to it, I would like to compensate for my time, you know, get paid for whatever I'm doing. And whoever else is, you know, affiliated with what we have going on. But with the things that's going on in the government and just society as a whole, it's like a hindrance. You know, it's like a strain. You know what I mean? It makes me feel like I'll never be able to get it going. You know what I mean? I don't like it.
Yeah, but there are grants out there.
But that's what I mean.
They're grants.
I believe that a lot of those grants are being pushed to the side. Like, they're not giving any grants.
Yeah, maybe not right now with the shutdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to get into some deeper conversation on that, man.
Yeah. It's just a hindrance, just a thing where I'm saying maybe I should just go another route. You know what I mean?
Something to talk about, but, you know, wanting to be of service to the community and wanting to give back, that's what we're here to do.
Right.
You know, we're here to be of service to others. Here to be of service, and God blesses those who bless others, and you know, it's good energy, good karma.
Yeah.
And and you take the energy drink, you do all those things, and then you give back to the community, man, it's a win-win for everybody, you know?
Yeah.
It's how communities are expanded and grow. And I hear you, man, the world is turbulent, but there's a lot of good people in it doing a lot of good things, and we just got to keep pushing and stay in that energy. You know, we always gonna have trials and tribulations, and maybe even moments of backsliding, right? So
yeah, we're human.
It's all good, man. So what's the near future got for you with these dogs, the 501c we talked about? What about training?
Well, I don't want to get into like personal training, but I do want to get into like making live streams and things like that. Live streaming with my dogs. We just built a dog kennel in our backyard. It's kind of like my man cave, you know what I mean? My little duck off. So I'm probably going to be going back and forth from our home gym, which I'm sure you're very familiar with, and also the little kennel in the back, you know. So going back and forth, you know, showing, you know, viewers, you know, what it takes to kind of sustain the type of lifestyle that I enjoy.
Okay.
I kind of want to give people a more up close and personal look at, you know, what I do. And, you know, I don't get online and make videos talking and trying to let people know that I'm a life coach. And if I'm not quite there yet, you know, I tip my hat to you, because if you're settled in a certain space and you know what you're talking about, that's one thing. But if you're just talking about it and it's good to speak it into existence. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. You know what I'm saying? So I would prefer to hire a life coach to coach me, like you know, the same way you're doing. So it's just, with me, it's baby steps. So I don't have any content online where I'm talking and I'm doing things. I put brief little videos up of showing my dogs, and if I'm working out, I might put a little description of my workout on the video, just to try and motivate people, you know what I mean? And then when the memory comes up, I'll see it a year later, and it's a little motivation, and I'm gonna see it, and I'm like, oh, I done stepped my game up since then. I'm doing this, I'm doing this, and I'm doing this. Like, it ain't no more of that. That's my thing. You know what I mean? That's just where I'm at. I don't do it to flash. I do it because I have a particular goal in mind. So yeah.
But you're living it. You know what I'm saying? You're living it. So that's cool. So we can expect some real TV, so to speak.
Yeah.
Some live streams of what's going on, and I love it, man. I love all
to do it low budget. You know what I mean? Because these days it's like you gotta watch out. You can overspend, and it can turn ugly. You know what I'm saying? And you got bills that's constantly coming in. So like with our dog kennel, we pieced some things together. It looks amazing. Because we had to remodel the house because the lightning struck. So we used leftover stuff to piece the shed together,
Nice.
And I was able to, it was Christy did it all. Like she has a mind for that. Like I'm not familiar with construction and all that. I'm into fitness, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of feel bad, because I'm like, I should know this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like measurements and I called her about the towel when I was in there getting the towel for the floors for the shed. And I was like, I don't understand this. FaceTimed her. She said, get 5 of those. She did the math like real quick. And I was like, that's the kind of woman I need. You know what I mean?
She got the square footage of it, huh?
She understands it. And I got the understanding of it now, but at that moment, I was puzzled. The store that I was in, they don't specialize in that. It was like some leftover stuff that they're trying to get rid of. So they didn't know what to do either. But I called Christy, and bro, she got
That's
me
why
out
it's
of that
called
store.
bossy.
But I'm the boss, she's the lady.
Okay, well you leading because you're the guy.
Yeah.
But that's awesome, man. You got good support. You got a good queen.
Yeah, man, she hold me down, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Great mindset. Stubborn sometimes, but good partner.
That's
Great
it.
partner. Yeah.
That's a blessing.
Yeah.
Well, let the audience know how they can see what's going on with these dogs.
Well, you guys can reach me on Facebook at Michael Scott. Probably can find 2 pages. Just try and find a recent post on Facebook if you discover my page. On Instagram, my Instagram handle is Action Elevated. It's spelled AKSUN_elevated. And I'm on TikTok too. You might be able to find me under Michael Scott, but on TikTok, my name is Action Source. Everybody's on TikTok, so I'm sure y'all gonna be able to find me. I put a lot of content on there. I'll be on TikTok with my live streams, my dogs, and some more footage of live workouts at home in my garage, and as well as I'll be also doing workouts at the gym. We have a lot of things going on with just building the community up. My friend and I were getting ready to do an event to raise some money for the junior high school down there in Houma. We want to raise some money to help the new wrestling team acquire some uniforms and everything. So be on the lookout for that if you can find me online. If you're familiar with Houma Junior High, we are looking for people to donate money to the wrestling team down there. We have a new wrestling coach, and she's looking for some help with uniforms and everything.
Awesome. The Connect podcast is going to make a donation to the wrestling team.
That. Thanks, man.
Yeah. So all things fitness, diet related, the bullies, the dogs. He's got the dogs, and Mike Scott is a brother. Mike Scott, thank you for coming through, brother.
No problem.
Strong as always, man. I'm blessed to have you in my life and call you a brother, my friend.
Same here, bro.
Hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. Commit to yourself. Commit to you. Commit to expanding your mind, growth mindset. and all the jewels that come from that. Go from victim to victor and lead the way. Until next time, friends, God bless. Thanks for joining us at the Connection Studio. You can support us by sharing with others and posting to social media. Keep doing the internal work, as it will truly make all the difference. God bless.